Welcome back, my friends, to Studio of the Imagination here this evening, a beautiful spring evening in April. And I'm excited to share some art making with you and just hope that you'll enjoy this process. We've loved seeing some of your art, and please share art that you make with us after this video. That would be great. We'll share it with the group when we can get it together. We'd like to anyway. So we are going to work with this idea of spring and nurture nests, making a little nest. We've sent some example pictures to you of maybe making an installation piece or in your yard somewhere. I have a variety of different ideas, so I'll share those with you in a minute. But in the meantime, I'm just happy to be back with you. Just feel yourself kind of in your body, feel grounded, feel your feet on the ground, and we'll just spend a few minutes together making art. And then I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna show you some ideas, and then I will sign off, and you guys can make some art and then share back with us, hopefully. So I ran across a quote from Vincent van Gogh the other day, and it is, "I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me dream." So it is a beautiful time of year to check out the stars. We just had a beautiful full moon, so if you get a chance this evening after the sun goes down, do that for yourself. I just thought that was a really great quote for right now, because it is hard to know what is certain, but we can know about the stars, and we can make art, so we're going to do that. Okay, so like I said, the idea today was a nurture nest, and we sent out sort of a list of materials, but I wanted to kind of show you. I popped around my house and gathered all kinds of little things. I sort of felt like a little crow or a magpie gathering things to put in my nest, which was really fun. And before I left the hospital, before we were working from home, I had made this one because we had a whole bunch of really neat little pre-made nests, which were lovely, and I stuck it on a stick and made all kinds of things. We were going to do these in open studio, but you may not have these, so I will show you how to make your own little nest, and we want you to get creative, so we'll be excited to see what you did. I actually have created some out in my yard and around in different places, but you can order these, so if you want to order one of these and do it at a different time, that's fine too. But the kinds of things that I love to put in them, this is like a little acorn that I painted gold. I love to put moss in them. I have a little part of a poem and some words in this one. I think you can see beads, little beads I gathered. Feathers work, they can be really fun tucked in. And then wrapping things with trim or string. As you saw in this one, we have it hanging, lots of pieces hanging off of it, kind of, and then I even put a little bit of fabric, glittery things, imagine that. And then all this type of thing, like little gems. And I happen to have some little Scrabble pieces, so that might be something. I found a little bird and some little stash of things I had. Made a little clay heart. I just went around my house and I found some old jewelry that I had. Little jewelry tags, I had some of those sticking around. Old buttons, pearls. So just go gather things that make you happy. You don't even have to know how they'll end up. And then my idea is that you could just cut out from a paper plate. Usually we use these for mandalas, but I thought, why not use it as a base for a nest? That's the thing a nest needs. It needs a base, and if you're a good bird, you're going to find a solid little place to put your nest somewhere. So birdhouse, or a crook of a tree, or the twigs. So that's what birds do. They're engineers. So we're going to engineer a little nest for ourselves. So get creative. This is my idea for something that we can do. That most of us have probably got a paper plate around. You cut yourself out a little circle, and then little sticks. So my thought was that we could use glue and just kind of create like a little nest with sticks. And I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing, but I think that you could probably get yourself set up so that you've got a nice little stack of sticks, and then glue them on. And you might want to use some of the string or something like that. And then I gather moss, and you guys know that about me, but I love moss, so that is also a really nice base. So the little piece of paper, little cardboard, you can use cardboard, but paper plates are handy if you don't have cardboard, just gives you a place to start. So you just kind of mold your things around so that you end up with a little base to make your nest from. Put some glue on it. Just glue it really well. The glue will disappear, and then that gives you a place to put all of your things. So all your little gathered items of ephemeras and things like that. So that's one direction to go, and I think really fun, and you could work on it over time. And like I said, I've done this in my yard too, and so I keep adding and putting little things in there, and I have one in my front yard too, so the neighbors are putting things in it. So just planting seeds for you guys to play and bring some joy and some nurturing to yourself. And so just be thinking about that as you allow yourself to create. And then another idea that we had, or that I had, was you can draw a nest. If you don't want to get out a bunch of stuff, or if you don't have a bunch of stuff, you could do one of our, this was a breath doodle that I used a mandala behind, and I just allowed myself to get quiet, and I followed the lines of my breath. And I had the mandala there, so that was a piece for me to just work with. And then I found a way that the nest fit in. So that's another way for you to work. It's just very simple, and you can do one or both. And those of you that have your sketchbooks, you can use your sketchbook as the place where you put your breath mandala. So you can put it in one of the pages in the book, so that that way you'd be tracking what you've been doing for the last few weeks. So that's the idea for the day. I hope that that's something that you'd be interested in doing. We'd love to hear from you. And I have a poem which we will also print into the email that we sent out. So it's called Instructions for Not Giving Up. More than the fuchsia funnels breaking out of the crab tree, more than the neighbor's most obscene display of cherry limbs shoving their candy-colored blossoms to the slate sky of spring rains, it's the greening of the trees that really gets me. When all the shock of white and taffy, the world's baubles and trinkets, leave the pavement strewn with confetti of aftermath, the leaves come. Patient, plodding, a green skin growing over whatever winter did to us. A return to the strange idea of continuous living despite the mess of us, the hurt, the empty. Fine then, I'll take it, the tree seems to say, a slick new leaf unfurling like a fist to an open palm. I'll take it all. So there you go, Instructions for Not Giving Up by Ada Limon. More than the fuchsia funnels breaking out of the crab apple tree, more than the neighbor's almost obscene display of cherry limbs shoving their cotton candy colored blossoms to the slate sky of spring rains, it's the greening of the trees that really gets me. When all the shock of white and taffy, the world's baubles and trinkets, leave the pavement strewn with the confetti of aftermath, the leaves come. Patient, plodding, a green skin growing over whatever winter did to us. A return to the strange idea of continuous living despite the mess of us, the hurt and the empty. Fine then, I'll take it, the tree seems to say, a new, slick leaf unfurling like a fist to an open palm. I'll take it all. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Look forward to hearing from you soon.